Hello, everyone. I'm talking to Cindy Krupp today. She's a teacher of God, a bright light on this planet. She's already shared a miracle that happened 20 years ago, and now she's going to share something a little more recent. So, Cindy, tell us about this miracle in your life.
I certainly will. Life as when you immerse yourself in the teachings of the Course in Miracles teaches that miracles just a change in perspective, and it becomes your natural way of life, which is so cool. And all that's required to live a life of miracles is to make no decision by yourself and basically open up and allow your holiness to make all decisions for you. And this particular story, I'll never forget it because um, we're always in this place where we have to, they tell me that at some point we all naturally just begin to think automatically with awareness or with the Holy Spirit. I'm still in the process of it's becoming easier, but I have to remember, especially when kind of big things happen. And Tuesday morning, we had a snowstorm all day on Monday. Tuesday morning, I got a call from one of my dearest friends whom I love, who lives a bridge and about, probably about 12 to 15 minutes away. And he called, um, and he's not in the greatest health, he's overweight and different things. And he was snowed in. And he had a four-wheel drive vehicle, but it died last week. So he has just a little vehicle without snow tires. So he's really snowed in. So he went to get his snowplow out. The snowplow was dead. He was stuck in his driveway. He needs to get to work. And he needed to get off the phone. He was going to go shovel. And my ego, my spiritual ego, we'll call it the spiritual ego, got off the phone going, I'm putting my clothes on. I'm going to go clean off my car. They plowed me out. I'm going to buy a big mug of coffee and I'm going to go help them shovel. And I'm all ready to do. That's the kind, human, action-loving thing to do. And I started to get ready to do it, and I heard it in my head because I asked, Cindy, did you ask? Stop and ask. And I stopped and I breathed and I sat on the couch. You put your hands on your heart to do the pause. You step back. And the question is some version of what would you have me do now? Where would you have me serve? And I heard very clearly, don't go. I didn't like that. My ego did not like that answer, did not like it. And I realized after the fact that the ego persona limited Cindy, who's, likes to be kind, likes to be the hero, likes people and her friends and others to, be able to talk about, what Cindy's done for them. It's part of what makes her feel good. Um, and so the wanting to be special came up and I just watched it. That's what we learned how to do in the study. I just sort of watched it and rested in God. And then the guilt. What if he falls? What if he has a heart attack? What if, and I'm not there and nobody's there and he falls in this cold in the snow and he dies? Like literally you hear it. And everyone who's listening knows they're in this place. I have to go rescue him. And I let that, because of the training, because now miracles are commonplace, I let that come up. And I just rested in God and I watched it. And then there was stillness. And in that stillness, all this only took a few minutes. The phone rang and it was my friend. And he said, I went outside and I trudged through this heavy, wet snow to the front of the house. And there was a driver and a truck and a plow at the end of the truck. And he was there, a service. We live up here in the Buffalo area. People pay for services. He didn't. He was there to do his neighbor's driveway. And my friend just said, will you do mine? and a minute later he was completely plowed out. So um, I just, I fall in love with that because that's the work we're fully immersed in. It could have been that when I got quiet and still, the message may have been go, uh, but it wasn't. And I listened, and somebody much more qualified than I was sent to do the physical work. I just had to release the part of the split mind that wanted to be the hero and that was afraid that my friend's physical body could be harmed in the world. And we're taught in Course in Miracles that there's nothing in this world that can harm us. And so it was a miracle on many, 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 many levels.
Yeah, that just makes me laugh. It's that idea, like you said, well, I'm going to save you. Hold on, I'll be right there. Never mind that I'd have to, it's not a good thing for me to get in my car and drive right now, and not a good thing for me to shovel snow. Never mind, I'll be there, and never asking, never checking. That is so exciting. It just gives the image that we can have a lighthearted, carefree attitude toward life and a trust that things are going to work out. That we need to do what we're called to do, and we need to not do what we're not called to do.
And you know what? What I'm really learning, just in these last, you said that it's not been easy. My daughter had a blowout, today. So we were late in beginning started because, my 21-year-old baby, had a flat tire and she needed to get to school and take care of things. And I work from home. So I watched, and there's a lot of stories, but mostly I recognized because I've been practicing this muscle, all I really had was gratitude. Gratitude that when she called and needed me, I was actually 15 minutes closer to her space than I really was, and ending a meeting. So I had the freedom to help. Gratitude that she was on a side street and not going down a throughway at 70 miles an hour. Gratitude she was with her boyfriend at the time and not alone. Gratitude that I have AAA. Even while I was sitting and waiting for AAA and she was off, I was going through the workbook lessons and releasing whatever fear and aggravation was coming up. And some of it always does. We believe we're in the world even though we're not. And then there was this woman at one point that came up to me while I was outside and the tire was these things were taking place, and she asked me, like, she begged for money. She wanted $1.50 to buy a pack of cigarettes or something. I don't even remember what she said, but I immediately just said bless you, and I handed her a $5 bill. And that 10 seconds completely shifted me again, because number one, I had the opportunity to bless her. Number two, it put the problem of a blown tire in perspective. um, Yesterday, the pipes in the apartment above me burst, and I had a flood, and and it was an interesting day yesterday, and I really remember, wow, I've been doing the work, and so I never had nothing but gratitude. I don't even remember feeling irritated. It was just grateful that I was here when it started. It took me a few minutes to realize what was going on because the water was originally outside the window, then it was coming in the window, then I realized it was hot, and then it started coming down through the fan and hitting the computer. But I was here to put buckets under the water. It's a rental, and the maintenance guys were here within 10 minutes, and the carpets will end up being cleaned, and the wall will end up being painted, and my computer is obviously still fine. Nothing all day but gratitude. It was awesome. You're getting somebody coming in.
Yeah, gosh, I didn't notice the time. Well, I'm going to let you go, Cindy. Thank you so, so much. Thank you, everyone. We are so grateful that you are here to witness our miracles. And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.